Hey, this is Jason Love with Jason Loves Life. Um, I realized that I have to make this really short because I have a lot of stuff going on today. I have a show in Madison, Wisconsin, which is a couple-hour drive, and I guess I'm busking in Milwaukee. I wasn't planning on it. I should probably do it more because it makes decent money, and it probably is smart way to make money. Um, and so, I wanted to get this out of the way quick. And right now I seem to have lost my page. Okay, here we are. Some notes. So I told yesterday that I would talk about the Madman and Magic story revision, and I'm going to do this super fast, which is not that complicated. Pretty much, the way I have it written is very chronological, and it explains, like half the comic book is probably, no, not half. It's only 24 pages, so half is only 12 pages. So probably in like 2, 3, she's probably closer to 4 pages, is an explanation of why it's so many words thrown around, but like dystopia. I don't know if it's technically a dystopia because things are running smoothly. It's just that there's more corruption, and so in the comic book, what is it? So more or less it's what happens if you let corporations run everything. If you let them have too much power, they end up becoming almost like criminals because, well, more than criminals because they want to regulate everything, but they don't want to be regulated. So a good example for corporations is Apple. I mean, Apple wants to regulate everything they touch, and they have the right to do that. The question is, if Apple had government control, what would they want to regulate? You know what I mean? That they would make things even more regulated. They want to control the product. They want to. I don't know if they would. I'm not saying that they would be an evil company if they took over the government, but I'm just saying, you know, Apple's just an example that makes sense. Pretty much any company. I mean, I feel like the corporations. I think people are good by nature. People are good by nature. What they do, I mean, they might be selfish, and so that would make them, I guess, quote unquote, evil. That's the only way people end up being bad, is that they think more about themselves than others. But I think people as a whole are good, and even if they are selfish, they'll still, it has to make sense in their mind. So if somebody does something bad, there's a lot they have to deal with it on a psychological level, and so you wouldn't say they're evil. It's just that their thinking allowed them to do whatever they did. I'm a psychology major, so I mean, this is probably why I think too deep into this. But anyways, but I feel like corporations as a whole, by definition, not have to be evil, but by definition, they're not looking out for the general public. And the reason why this is they can actually fire a CEO if they feel he's not doing everything he can to make the shareholders money. And I think that's why you end up with people who, you know, they do bad things, like, lie on their accounting information. They weren't like, oh, I'm going to do this evil thing, lie in the accounting situation, and then people are going to lose their pensions. They were like, okay, we're in trouble. There's a lot at stake. We just need to lie a little bit, and that'll get us back where we need to be. And then they do it again, and they do it again, and they're like, now we've lied, now we have to keep lying, or otherwise we're going to jail. Or I don't even know if they go to jail. I don't know enough about it. Anyways, that was long. That was actually, I was supposed to do it short, but it's kind of long. Anyways, so all of that, kind of talking about corporations taking over the government due to financial crisis, and they don't like completely take over. And that's kind of why the government says, okay, let's do this, because it's a way to make money fast. It's kind of like the government thinking like a business. Make us money fast. In the same way the government bailed out corporations, but that was goofy because, so the government bailed out corporations, but the government wasn't allowed to step in and say, hey, we need you to do this, or you need to do this. they stayed back and let the corporations do what they do. I don't know if it really worked. I haven't looked at it lately. I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't really believe that that's what they should have done. But if you had the opposite, the corporations aren't going to let the government do whatever they want. They want. I mean, they do that already. Lobbyists. They say, hey, I helped you get elected. You want to get elected next year? They kind of do it, but they have a lot of restraint. They can't. It's not. It's very under the table. So in the story, it becomes more okay. Sorry about that. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Anyways, still rambling. Let's see. Oh yeah. So the question becomes, do I want to take that chunk and either put it randomly throughout the actual series, or do I just explain it up front and then let the series go on? That's my problem, and I feel like there needs to be more action scenes. There's actions kind of, when like the government breaks down, they can't afford to play the police, so then the police kind of stop. Some of them probably still keep working, and I could actually add more action there, but if I add more action there, it makes that part longer, and it takes away from the main story. So yeah, I'm having, it's pretty much written now. The whole thing's written out. But I'm thinking about taking it, because even if I cut out like 2-3 pages and then replaced it with something else, it's not like, it'll only take a couple days to redo that. The question is should I do that? So, I guess I can think about that while I'm doing my shows today, and, yeah. I hope other writers find this helpful, because I'm just trying to get my project done, and writing's not hard, but at times it's hard. Sometimes it's super easy. It's weird. It's weird. So, hope you guys have a wonderful day. I gotta take off. Thank you.